Guys, we are absolutely cooked. The devs knew what they were doing. Okay, so everybody was saving for Yuta, knowing that, Yuta is probably coming after Junpei. And then they were like, okay, no. We're not going to have you all spend on Yuta and then not summon on any banners afterwards, right? So they're like, no, we're gonna drop Megumi first, and then potentially we're gonna drop Yuta afterwards, is at least my line of thinking. I think that's what they're going to do. So I think we'll get this Megumi first, and then I think we'll get Yuta. I don't know, they could push Yuta off farther. It's hard to say. Maybe they want to line up like a rerun banner on JP for Yuta at the same time as the launch banner for Yuta on global. It's really hard to say what they're gonna do, but this is my expectation. My expectation is that we get Megumi now and that we get Yuta next potentially, but we'll have to see. I feel like this was the smart move though, because realistically, if they had released Yuta next, everybody was going to spend all of their cubes on Yuta, and then nobody would have spent on Megumi because Yuta is technically a better character than Megumi. Now, that's not to say that Megumi is not good. This Megumi is very, very good, and I'll show you where he places on the JP tier list to this day. He's still at the top of the tier list, but he's just not Yuta level. So we got a bunch to talk about. Let's hop into it. The November 15th update maintenance announcement. Let's start there. So this maintenance period is going to be on November 15th, 2024 from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. UTC. UTC converted to EST. That's where I am, Eastern Standard Time, and you can convert from there to whatever you need, Central Time, whatever. But that's going to be 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Friday. So at 2 p.m., maintenance should end Eastern Standard Time, and we should have the new Megumi banner if I have converted all of this correctly, right? So I believe that's how that's going to happen. And so what they're going to do is they're going to prepare for the upcoming event and server performance optimization. That is right, they are preparing for another event because 2 events weren't enough. So we needed another event. The story events for Where Shadows Fall is coming. So this is going to be interesting to say the least, because I feel like people already don't have enough AP to get through the 2 events that there are. So I'm hoping there's going to be some codes for some AP packs or stuff like that, but we'll have to see. This story event is an event where you can experience exclusive stories and get generous rewards. You can read the event story by progressing through the quest. Additionally, as you progress through the quest, you can challenge formidable battle where you can obtain generous rewards, challenge powerful enemies as many times as you like to win generous rewards. This event will be starting after maintenance once again and run up until the 28th. This is the same length that the banner is going to be here. So the banner will be here from November 15th to November 28th. This gives even more credibility to the idea that Yuta is probably coming after this banner, because it makes sense to launch their biggest hype character, not now, but around Christmas time when people are absolutely going to want that character. It just makes sense to me, in my opinion, but let me know your guys' thoughts. And then reward claim period up until December 3rd, technically after the event, so you got a little bit of extra time. There will be a event limited recollection SSR offering to the Serpent. So if you guys want a free SSR recollection, make sure you guys get that. I'll show you where it's ranked really quickly. Currently on global, this recollection is ranked in B tier. So what this recollection does, if you do not know, when ultimate skill is activated, increases own damage dealt by 30% for 2 turns, sacrifices 15% of own HP. And then if you limit break at 1 time at the start of battle, increases own ultimate skill gauge charge rate by up to 15% 2 times. This can be useful on characters like Gojo, because giving him an ultimate faster could be potentially very helpful. And then when you limit break it to level 3, when ultimate skill is activated, it gives you 35% of increase in damage and still sacrifice 15% HP. So it's okay. It's not the greatest. There's better recollections that do similar things with better percentages, right? But if you need a recollection that you're going to be able to limit break, which this is because it's free to play, that you can put on Gojo or another character to give them their ultimate skill back faster, this might be the recollection for you. But I feel like there's just other ones in the game that people will obtain over time that are going to be better than this. Now, additionally, with the event, if you run any of these characters / recollections, you will get the bonus exorcism tokens, and that's going to allow you to buy more stuff in the shop. So 20% extra for running the new Megumi on your team, 15% extra for running the new summonable SSR recollection on your team, and then 15% for running the free-to-play recollection on your team. So same stuff we have right now going on with the other events, just another event to, I guess, look forward to. I would rather have too much content than not enough content, to be fair. It's great for whales, people who are going to spend cubes to actually get more AP back and stuff like that. But for free-to-play players, I can definitely see how this is overwhelming. And my worry is, like, they just released the Junpei banner. The game just came out a week ago, and now we're almost immediately releasing a Megumi banner. They're going absolutely crazy. I hope that they don't maintain this like release pace, because from my understanding, it's supposed to be like every 2 weeks, and so far we're not there yet. We're definitely not there. I think they just knew Junpei wasn't hype and global players kind of know what to expect, so they released a hype character to help kind of drive sales, because everybody like and their mother was saving, right? I think that's the move here. I think that's the move, and I'm hoping that after this it'll slow down a little bit, but we will have to see. As for the gacha, let's talk about that. So this gacha should once again be coming out when the maintenance ends, and this Megumi is absolutely freaking insane. I think he is very, very good. I've used him a lot on JP. I've also used Yuta a lot on JP, and I think they are both very good characters. Technically, I will still say that Yuta is the better character. This is the new recollection, Rest for the Adults, in case you didn't know what it looked like. But let's talk about what each of these two things can do. Okay, so right now, Rest for Adults is in double S tier for global support. Like, it's really, really good. Let me show you why. I think it's actually one you're definitely going to want, in my opinion. So when command skill or ultimate skill is activated, recovers own HP by 25%. And then here's the really good part, fills own ultimate skill gauge by 200. Now, if you're able to get a second copy, this recollection becomes very, very good. I recommend trying to get 2 copies if you can. At the start of the 4th turn from the start of battle, increases all allies damage dealt by 25% for 3 turns. It's really good that it starts from the 4th turn, because that's around the time you're going to get your ultimate, and then it's going to increase all allies damage by 25%, so you don't even have to have it on like your main damage dealer. You can have it on a support character, which is really freaking good. That makes this particular recollection insanely good. And then if you unlock it to limit break level 3, you get 30% HP back, and you fill your ultimate gauge by 250. Like, the ultimate gauge filling, the extra damage dealt for allies, and the HP, it's everything you could want in a recollection. This is so good. It's really hard to pass on this particular recollection if you're trying to hit those big damage numbers. Now, granted, if you have non-standard, the recollection that most people want to put on Gojo, or you have the free-to-play Pride recollection featuring Jogo, you'll still do pretty good damage. You don't necessarily need this, but this is going to be very, very helpful for a lot of people, in my opinion. So you might want to consider pulling for this recollection, but hey, to each their own. Now let's talk about Megumi and why you want to pull for him, because Megumi is absolutely freaking broken. At the start of each turn, and if own curse energy is 15 or below, fill some of his own ultimate skill gauge, so he gets his ultimate faster, which is good. And then all of his skills have 2 effects. They have the normal effect, and then they have the effect while the domain is active. The effect while the domain is active is absolutely freaking broken. So I'm going to start with the domain. The domain you get by activating his ultimate deals 1051.7% range Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy 4 hits. That's at level 1. At level 10, it goes up by a lot. Stuns the selected enemy for a 100% chance, expands the domain. While the domain is active, decreases all enemies' damage by 35%, increases their damage received by 45%, grants attack immunity to self so he can't be hurt, decreases own skills cursed energy cost so he can use any skills he wants during the domain usage. And then the only downside is he's unable to fill his own ultimate skill gauge while he is in his domain, but like whatever. The domain is absolutely crazy. So now with that in mind, think of all the debuffs that are going on the enemies already. Look at this. This just deals 120% melee taijutsu damage without a domain. But then while the domain is active, deals 200% melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy, increases the selected enemy's damage received by 75%. Imagine that with Gojo. And the new recollection that you could put on this Megumi, potentially, like, absolutely insane. The enemy is going to be taking so much damage. Skill 2, Continuous Exorcist Slash, deals 130% melee taijutsu damage to all enemies. It's just an AoE, doesn't do anything special. But then when the domain is active, deals melee combined damage equal to 140.3% taijutsu and 140.3% jujutsu to all enemies, deals 120.1% range jujutsu damage to all enemies, so a lot more damage when you have the domain active. And then last but not least, the skill 3 with the domain. So without the domain, deals melee combined damage equal to 170.1 taijutsu and 120.1 jujutsu to the selected enemy, increases the selected enemy's taijutsu damage received by 20%, so that's still okay without the domain. But then while the domain is active, let me tell you, deals melee combined damage equal to 300% taijutsu and 150% jujutsu, that's a massive increase, to the selected enemy, deals 150% range jujutsu damage to the selected enemy, increases the selected enemy's taijutsu damage received by 60%. and it stuns the selected enemy with a 100% chance. That is freaking broken. Megumi is absolutely freaking goated. And if you don't believe me, let me show you where he's at right now on JP, on the tier list. This is what JP players think. This is the JP tier list, okay? And so if you look at the S+ tier, we have the impartial domain, Megumi right here, in that tier. Now, Yuta, on the other hand, is up here in double S tier. They are both very, very, very good characters. Yuta is kind of a little bit above Megumi. Like I've been saying, I do think he is better just because of all that he offers. He has healing, he has counter, he has an AoE ultimate skill. He just does a lot of really, really good things. Like Yuta is absolutely insane. But Megumi's support is absolutely freaking broken, and he is such a good character. And now here's the twist that I have to throw in for you guys, because this whole time I've been trying to convince you like Megumi is worth summoning on, because he is worth summoning on. But at the same time, if Yuta is next, it's not guaranteed, right? It's not guaranteed. I'll say that right now. It's not guaranteed Yuta is next, but if Yuta is next, you probably still want to pass on Megumi, unless you're a whale or a medium spender. But free to play, you probably still want to pass on him, unfortunately. The reason being is that Megumi will eventually be added to the base banner. What banner am I talking about? Let me show you. So I am talking about this base Phantom Parade gacha. This gacha never goes away. Notice it does not have a time limit. It is still there on JP to this day. Right now, if you go to the gacha details and you go to probability, it is only going to have the starter SSR characters. Not even Junpei is in here yet. But eventually Megumi will 110% be added to this banner. Now, it did take a while on JP. It'll probably take a while on global. But what I'm saying is eventually you will be able to summon the new Megumi for free with tickets, because this is a ticket banner you can use. You can also use cubes if you want, but you could potentially get him for free. Granted, it's not guaranteed and it's not rated up like he's going to be rated up right now, but you do have a chance to get him later. The catch is, on this banner, while Megumi is added to the banner in the future, Yuta is not. Yuta still has not returned on JP as of yet. So we don't know when Yuta comes back. So if you miss your chance to summon on Yuta because you summoned on Megumi, then you may never get a chance to summon on Yuta again. Realistically, I think they'll bring it back, but who knows when that will be, right? So please just keep that in mind when you guys are thinking about summoning for Megumi. Like, Megumi is really, really good. I really like the character. I myself will be summoning for the character 100%. So make sure you go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on this video if you guys want to see that. But if you are a free-to-play player, please just be careful if you're thinking about summoning, because if there is a chance that Yuta's next, right? If Yuta is next in December, which makes a lot of sense, and you waste all of your cubes on Megumi, then you will not be able to summon for Yuta, and you might miss your chance completely to get Yuta, whereas there will be another chance in the future to get Megumi. So just please, please, please keep that in mind. And let me show you really quickly, just to prove, I'm going to show you a screenshot of the JP banner, this banner right here, same banner, but it's on JP, and I have it translated so you can see that that Megumi is in fact on that banner. So this is a screenshot directly from my JP account. I went into the banner and I took a picture and then I put it into Google Translate through the image translator, and this is what it came up with. And if you look right here, this is Incomplete Realm or Incomplete Domain, same one that we're getting right here on global, Megumi Fushiguro. Same typing as well if you want to check that. So it is a yellow type here, it's a yellow type on global, so I'm 100% sure this is the same Megumi, and he is featured on the base banner. So eventually he will be added in, just to prove it to you guys. So don't stress too much if you decide to skip this banner, because it's actually not a terrible idea. Same thing with the recollection that's on this banner. The recollection will eventually be added in as well. So please just keep that in mind. And last but not least, let's talk about the login bonuses. Okay, so for the login rewards, we are gonna get some pretty nice items. It is 7 days of logging in to get these items from November 15th to November 21st. So make sure you guys are logging in during those days. And they, for day one, are giving us AP supplementary packs. Like, thank the heavens, because we needed those badly. Honestly, I could use 20 of these. 20 AP packs and it probably still wouldn't be enough. Like we need so much stamina. I wish it was a little bit more, but hey, I'll take what I can get. Day 2, Beacon of Training, 50,000. That one's a little bit more decent. Day 3, JP, 30,000. Honestly, this needs to be like 300,000. It takes so much JP to upgrade a skill like past level 7. It's absolutely crazy. Day 4, Beacon of Recollection bits, 15,000. Once again, I could take like 50,000 of this. That'd be helpful. Day 5, Impure Jujutsu Crystal times 2. That's actually not bad. We get quite a few of those from the events, and considering we have 3 events going on right now, I think we're okay on those. Day 6, AP Supplementary Pack times 2. Okay, so they're giving us a total of 4. I wish it was still a little bit more on each, but hey, I'll take what I can get. And then day 7, Cube times 300. So in all of those days, we're only getting 300 cubes, but keep in mind, there's all the other login bonuses that we have had recently with the launch of the game. They've been, in my opinion, fairly generous with the cubes, so it's not too bad. And with that said, there is one last thing I want to show you guys. I asked people in the morning. I didn't make this video right away because I wanted to know what you guys thought. And so I'm going to share the comments on this post that I put up, and we're going to see how people feel about this banner coming out right now. I've already told you guys how I feel. I think it's an okay thing. I think it's very rushed. I hope that they don't continue to rush everything. I saw what a game looks like when it's rushed to try and catch up on JP. It's called Black Clover Mobile, and it didn't work out very well. So I hope they don't rush bringing things out. I hope this is just for them to make more money. It just makes more sense that way, right? And then put Yuta out in December and like start a normal banner timeline. But we'll see what happens. But let me show you how everyone else is feeling. Okay, so I'm just going to go down the list. I don't think anyone put anything too bad here. So I'm not mad, but they're going in a weird direction to me, and releasing banners this close together feels kind of rushed. I don't know. I'm still having fun with the game. Thanks for your content, helping me out a lot too. Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Thanks for the comment. Having 3 new banners and events running at the same time after only 1 week is crazy. I don't like how they're seemingly rushing these banners just so Global can catch up sooner. I kind of feel the same way. Replies, they aren't rushed. This is how JP version was. Banners are back to back the same way JP was. Yuta is coming in December. That's not guaranteed. That's just speculation, but I would assume so as well. That's my speculation as well. No, this banner came out after Yuta and Geto on the JP version. That is actually accurate. This banner did come out after Yuta, so it's not exactly the same as JP. We are cooked. Yep, I feel the same way. Accounts will be in shambles for Yuta. Buckle up. I'm definitely cooked. Gotta have Yuta and Megumi. That's how I feel. I want to have both. I feel like a lot of people are going to feel that way. Let me know down in the comments. Do you guys feel... I feel like most people feel this way. You gotta have both, right? But let me know how you're thinking, especially after I told you about the whole general pool thing. Are you going to save, or are you now going to summon? Like, let me know. I think Megumi will either come back, or you'll be able to get him as a general pool in the future. You can't with Yuta. That is 100% a fact. I have now shown it to you guys, proven, right? And then in JP, he got added into the general pool, but I think it took like 7 months. So there you go. I told you it was going to take a while. It's going to take a while. Megumi and any other character before Yuta are easy skip. After Yuta, the young Gojo, Geto, and Toji are must pulls. I don't know that Megumi's a skip. Honestly, I don't feel like Megumi's a skip. My personal opinion. I feel like he's a skip because he goes into the general pool, but like character-wise, he's good. He's not bad. Wait for Geto. You mean Zero or Young Geto? Okay. Young, I was just lazy to write Young twice. All those 3 come back to back, and there we're skipping all the banners in between. Fair, but that's going to be a little bit till those banners come out. Like those banners were somewhat recent on JP, so I wouldn't worry about that particular comment right now. If he is going to be on the normal banner, and if he ends up added onto it pretty quickly, then I truly think I will save until Yuta. That's how I think free-to-players should think, right? Because there's going to be the potential dead week of summons, and that'll be perfect time to summon for Megumi on the standard. I also have to point this out. Them putting out another banner is more, or another banner and another story event is more potential cubes for you guys to get if you were thinking about saving. So it's actually kind of a good thing they didn't put Yuta out right away, because now if you wanted to save a little bit longer, you have a chance to save a little bit longer to hit that pity mark. It takes 75,000 cubes to hit pity, and right now I feel like most people probably could not hit pity, especially if they're free to play, because there hasn't been that many cubes given out in the game yet. So now giving us these extra weeks before Yuta comes out, that gives you time potentially as a free-to-play player to save up 75,000 cubes to be able to actually pity Yuta. So I think that's actually, maybe that also might have been their thinking there, so that might be a good thing. So just keep that in mind. I know a lot of people probably haven't thought of that as well. I'm not going to read the replies on these ones. Yeah, that's not surprising in my opinion. They know everyone is saving for Yuta, so they'll send baits like this one to force our hands. You know, it is a bait, but like I said, at the same time, it gives you more time to save. Don't panic about what to do. You guys should pull for what you want the most. We don't have a lot of high-end content for now on the global version anyways. It's like a week old. We still have time. As for me, I'll just keep saving for that summer vacation Suguru Ghetto. That will definitely come one day. Yeah. I'm still waiting for a Black Clover Seke Speedo version. Megumi is good, but I'm going to keep saving for Yuta. But if Hollow Purple Gojo comes out first, I might not be able to resist summoning. There's no way they bring out Hollow Purple Gojo before Yuta comes out. There's just freaking no way. I don't know how to feel because I really love that unit. Yeah, the unit's good. I love the unit. Having used the unit on JP, this Megumi is insanely good. That's why I'm torn. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, summon, don't summon, but you know, do what you want. Don't know why they're rushing banners like this. We have 2 banners currently ongoing with 2 events. This is a little worrying as a free-to-play player. Hope they would slow down after the Megumi banner or else I will crash out. Bunch of stuff. I'm not going to read that. I think 2 events max. 3 is too much for me to work on. They were cooking and then they just burned the food. Is this how people feel? I don't know. I feel like they're still cooking. I feel like they're still doing all right. And now we're just cooked. I just hope I can get 1 copy of him and just running and have enough so I can get Yuta too. Fair. You gotta hope you don't have to like pity either of them though, because then we are cooked, right? I don't think people really understand the enormity of the game. It's strictly PvE, and people are really only gonna roll for characters they want. The story doesn't go up to the manga, and they barely covered any content. They haven't even started Shibuya yet. Like Choso is in the game or Sukuna. This game's longevity was always gonna be an issue regardless if it caught up to JP. Not enough content to keep people playing. It's bound to hit a massive slowdown. I don't know about that. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you think it's bound to hit a massive slowdown? I think it's doing really well right now. I think this, compared to other gacha games I've played, it's doing amazing. He is good. Easy skip if you can't heal in DPS. You are useless for my lineup. Have you not seen what this guy can do? This is someone who doesn't know what Megumi can do. 100%. I want him, and he comes. Yes, but I also want Yuta. That's how I think we all feel. Oh my goodness. I feel like a lot of people feel similarly to me, but I would love to know everyone else's thoughts. So go down there to the bottom of this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know if you're going to be passing or pulling. That's what I really want to know. I want to know if after presenting you with this information, if you guys are going to save or if you're going to summon. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. I am trying to reach 20,000 subscribers and I could really use your help. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. Peace.